Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, make sure that you do, share and like this video, and also don't forget to turn on that notification bell because that notification bell will alert you when I post a new video. So make sure that you turn that on. Without further ado, let's get right into this video. Alright guys, so today's video is going to be slightly different from my other videos. We're actually going to be hearing from a former member. Now this is the same member that found out all the information alongside with me when everything was happening. He reached out to me, no longer lives near the area where I live, far from it actually, but he reached out to me and asked me if he can make a video that I can post online on his behalf. I said, yeah, that's fine. Make the video, edit it, and then send it over to me so that I can share the video with you guys. So let's go ahead and see what he has to say. So without further ado, let's get right into it.
Hello guys, my name is Nathan. I'm a former member of the Church of God, and sorry for this right here. It's just so I won't go off topic. I've been a former member for the church. I want to say I haven't been there for like 6 years. So I was there for about a year and a couple months, right? I spent a lot of my time studying, and just wasting time. And so my time spent there, I spent a lot of time studying. That's all we did there was just study. Day in and day out, always studying. And so along the road, I began to see many things, and one of the things that I began to see how the church will arrange marriages, and they're very smart and sneaky about it. They will tell us not to date people at church, which is not wrong at all. For them to tell us that, but they will be hypocrites, and the people who would tell us not to date other sisters at the church were the ones who had ranks or titles to their name, who were been there for like 10 plus years or whatever. Obviously, when you go to church, you're not there to date anybody, you're there to go praise God. Certain brothers would get caught dating in the church, and so they had to address it. It was very weird and strange because at that church we had these annual trips to Korea. Very few selected people had the opportunity to go, and so we would have these trips, and they would go, these brothers, sisters, whatever, they would go, and these group leaders and deacons, whatever title they had to their name, when they would go to Korea, they would come back married. Not that I cared or anything, but it was very hypocritical because those were the same members who would tell us, oh, don't date in church, don't date anybody at church, like don't even hang out with a brother outside of church because you guys could fall away, and we don't have time for that, and Father's coming soon, and that can't happen. And same thing, if you were to date somebody, they will tell the same thing, how to sin. And if you were caught, you were isolated, kicked out of the church, and forgotten, pretty much. It was very, very sad because, well, not sad, but weird and sad because, for example, I know a couple members, actually a few members, who were just regular ordinary church members, didn't have no title, no any rank to their name. They had the opportunity to go to Korea, and when they had the opportunity to go, they were assigned to get married, and it wasn't a regular marriage. It wasn't like a regular marriage, like a proposal you do to your love of your life. It wasn't anything like that. They would come back married and come back married with a Korean woman only. So they were the same people who were preaching not to date other sisters to date anybody in church. Those are the same people who were assigned to get married. Only Korean women who they will marry. Um, and it was strange because they would be like, oh, it was the will of mother. Mother said so. But what was funny was that the ones who were assigned to get married were the ones who were like financially stable. If you weren't financially stable, they weren't assigned to get married. You had to be financially stable, and so they will go to Korea, get married, come back, and so I realized at that time when I stopped attending that church how they will only marry Korean women only. And I came to a conclusion understanding that the reason why that happened was because they wanted the Korean woman to have a visa to live here in America. And that was the only reason why that happened. And I knew a brother who didn't have a title. I know I spoke about this a little bit a few seconds ago. I went on topic. Sorry about that. But this brother, I knew him for like about almost my whole time there. He was promoted. He was promoted to like a deacon eventually. And so when he was promoted, he wanted to go to Korea, right? He wanted to go to Korea, and he was like, brother, like, I'm so excited. I'm gonna go to Korea, and I'm gonna go see God, whatever. And I was like, brother, I'm happy for you. Congratulations. God bless you. He comes back, and he's married, right? And I'm like, wow. You know, like, wow. Like, you don't even know this person. You know, like, they're married. They get assigned to people to get married who they don't even know. And that's the way it worked. And I know a brother who, he was Hispanic, and his wife was Hispanic. And, or he wasn't his wife, but at that time, he was his girlfriend. And they wanted to get married, and pastor didn't allow it. That was his high school sweetheart who he's known his whole life. He was like 30 years old, right? At that time I was like 18, 17. And so he wanted to marry his wife at church because biblically that's what they teach you. And so he wanted to get married to his girlfriend at that time, and the church didn't allow it. And I was like, wow, man, what? You know, how are you not going to marry someone who you've known your whole life, and it's okay for them to assign someone to get married to another brother who you don't even know who you're getting married to, but they're going to assign you to get married to this person, a Korean woman. That's one of many examples, and it was very, very hypocritical because they would tell them not to date other sisters in church. They would tell them not to date other sisters in church. So when they would come back married, and they would get shipped. They would get shipped out like 2 months or 3 months after they come back, and they would tell them, oh, they will get shipped out to go take care of another church, a new growing church, to help them bear fruit, whatever. And that was the end of that. So yeah, they would literally handpick who you get married to and where you're gonna live, and you're gonna start your whole new life all over again in a whole new state or wherever they assign you to. And I remember some people who got married, they got sent to Hawaii. To live in Hawaii, and it was all paid for. The church paid for everything that was paid for. That's really what was one of many things that happened at the church, and it's still happening now. And if you're a member at that church and you're trying to leave that church and you're stuck, man, it's hard. It's hard because until this day I still think about that church. I still think about it, and it's taught me a lot, you know, but it is what it is. If you want to leave that church, man, trust your instincts, trust your guts, trust your judgment, trust me. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed and stay blessed, man.
So there you guys have it. You know, he pretty much covered how marriages were arranged in the congregations, how it was difficult to marry somebody that you wanted to marry, how brothers and sisters weren't able to date, but yet were assigned someone to get married to, and how brothers weren't able to hang out outside of the congregation. Now, I recently saw this interview that happened years ago, and it was just brought to my attention, and it was on NBC, and the NBC interviewer was interviewing this lady and asking her telling her that her parents were concerned because they feel that she was in an arranged marriage, and she says, no, I wasn't in an arranged marriage. I fell in love with James, which is the person that she got married to. Now, my only issue with that is, where are you gonna find time to fall in love with somebody that you met in the congregation? Because A, you're told not to date anybody in the congregation. B, you don't have time to mingle with brothers in the congregation. So where did you find time to fall in love with this person? You guys tell me, was it an arranged marriage? Because based on what I went through and saw, and what that other member went through and saw, and what she's saying doesn't really align. So I'll leave that for you guys to decide. Anyways, my name is Josh. Make sure that you're enjoying life. Life's happening all the time, so don't waste a bit of it. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Actually, real quick, before I end this video, Nathan actually just he proposed to the love of his life, not to somebody that was assigned to him, but to somebody that he really loves and has gotten to know. Not just that, they just had a kid. I'll probably try to post up pictures here, but he just had a kid. Congratulations to him, and he's living his life like he wanted to live it, and not how somebody's telling you to live it. I just wanted to bring that up real quick. Again, guys, make sure that you're enjoying life, and life is always happening, so don't miss out. Talk to you guys soon. Hey guys, make sure that you guys are subscribing and also turning on that notification bell. Next video, me and my niece try out Spaniard and Filipino snacks. So make sure that you guys are staying tuned for that.